Shout out to all of our amazing sponsors who make Earn Your Happy possible. Thank you, Shopify. Sign up for your $1 a month trial period for your online store at shopify.com/happy. Quince, get high quality clothing and home essentials for radically low prices. Go to quince.com/earn for free shipping on your order and 365-day returns. And to BetterHelp, get 10% off your first month of online therapy at betterhelp.com/Lori today. We also have HelloFresh. Get free breakfast for life delivered to your door at HelloFresh.com/free earn. And Found. Try Found, the new kind of business banking for free at found.com/earn. By the end of 2025, your friend group could look totally different. Like if you're really struggling right now and you do not feel supported, your friend group can drastically change in 1 year. Welcome back to the Earn Your Happy podcast. It's time for another quickie because there's always time to fit in inspiration. And I am legitimately fitting this in between some mastermind sessions that we are having up in Napa, California. I put together a group of women to come together, to hang out, to come to One Hope Winery and just get together, get to know each other better, and talk about business. And we are up here staying on the property, and it's been the most magical experience of incredible food, incredible wine, and incredible conversations. So this is your reminder that if there's something that you want to go and create, or if there's something lacking in your life, or if you want to deepen relationships, it is up to you to work really hard to cultivate that. And this used to be a dream of mine, to be together with amazing, high-achieving women coming together to talk about just things that felt like they matter, and getting help in your life, your relationships, and your business from other amazing people. And I didn't have that. And so I've spent the last decade or so, and really in the last 7 years, working hard to figure out how to cultivate these relationships. And let me tell you, it's not easy, but it's worth it. And there's definitely been a lot of heartbreak along the way, but you can't ever give up, right? It's just like a relationship. Just because one goes bad or two go bad or three go bad, you don't give up, because relationships truly are life. So if it's something you want, you have to be willing to be rejected. And this conversation has come up a lot here because you really have to develop thick skin, and that's not the easiest thing to do. So if right now you're thinking that you want a deeper relationship, the first place to start is to think of exactly the type of people that you want in your life. And so I would write this list down. Like maybe it's people that you see on the internet, and what I want you to be attached to and detached from, I want you to attach to the personality type and the things that you like about that person and why you like that. But I want you to be detached from it actually having to be that person. And so that's where I went wrong in the beginning, is that I saw people on the internet and, authors that I loved and books that changed my life and speakers that changed my life. And I thought that I had to be their friends, even though they were so far beyond the path that I was on. They had a lot more life experience. They had a lot more business experience. I was like, no, I need those people to be friends. And while some of them are my friends now, years and years later, there are many that aren't. And there are many that I'm glad I didn't become friends with them, not because they're bad people, but because it's not an energetic fit anyway. And when we're first starting out on wanting these relationships, sometimes we can come from a place of lack. And maybe we want the relationship because we think we'd be in the popular group. Maybe we want the relationship because we would feel validated about something. Maybe we want the relationship because we think that they could do something for us. So when I let go of those things, it took me a little while, being completely honest here, because I want you to give an honest assessment of yourself. Like, is there that side of you that's a little bit of an egoic side of why we want to be friends with someone? And guys, this goes way back in history for survival, right? I mean, even if you're not going way back in history, I want you guys to think about your high school. You wanted to be with the popular kids, or even if you didn't, you wanted to be liked within some sort of group, because that was survival in high school, right? You think of the movie Mean Girls, and it's like, oh oh my God, you all find your ways to fit in and survive. So I want you to think of the parts of you that it's like, oh yeah, honestly, if I really thought about hanging out with that person, I'm not even sure what that would look like, or what would we talk about, or what would we do. And so I want you to hold tight to the type of person and the way that they make you feel, and start looking for that amongst the people that are maybe a little more attainable. Maybe it's the event attendees of that person's event, right? So if you love what that person stands for, see if they have an event, see if they have some sort of online group, see what they're into, go to it, because most likely they're attracting the type of person that you would want to hang around. And so this is what I really started doing. I was like, okay, well, I love Tony Robbins. Okay. I love Gabby Bernstein. Okay. Who's going? Like, who would want to go with me? Who's in the audience? Who can I meet? Clearly, we have some sort of something in common here, because what's going to happen is you're all going to be able to create a relationship much quicker based on kind of this desired goal and where you're at and these shared core values, rather than striving to be friends with people who are so busy that they wouldn't even necessarily have time anyway, because they're so far ahead of you. And this was a huge lesson for me. I've shared this quite a bit on the podcast, on stage, in my books, and I hope that it creates a shift for you too. Like, it's really easy to get caught up and look at people and think that you need to be in that popular friend group, or you want to be in that group of those people who are, crushing it in a certain industry. And while, yes, of course, I think that there's things that we should aspire to. I think that there's rooms we should absolutely try to get into. There is like a time on your journey for that. And there are things that you can do simultaneously while also cultivating really beautiful, deep, more attainable friendships for where you want to go on a similar path of where another person is wanting to go to, like where you're kind of at the same level and you can give back to each other and really support each other. That is a type of friendship that I cannot even tell you how beautiful and how deep that can go. How when you're both on your come up, or when you're both like very like-minded around what you want to do, that is huge. So you guys, while we have been doing this mastermind, we have been drinking tons of Glossy because we're also eating a lot of food and drinking a lot of wine. So it's definitely been one of those trips where I brought a water bottle and a box of Glossy for every single woman here. So there's 6 of us, and we've been slamming Glossy. So if you are like in the middle of really wanting to make sure your holidays just feel a little more grounded, a little more hydrated, that you're staying on track with, some of your wellness routine, because we all know the holidays are coming up. And I swear the thing that goes first is our wellness routine. Just drink your Glossy in the morning and drink it in the evening like I do and like we have been doing here. It's like that thing that keeps you grounded, feeling good, feeling hydrated. You're going to get your zinc. You're going to get your probiotic. It's going to help your digestion. You're going to at least wake up and feel like you can still feel regular, which is huge, you guys. There's nothing worse than feeling like you haven't gone to the bathroom in 3 days. You know what I'm talking about. It's a nightmare. So go check it out. You can go to getglossy.com and use code HAPPY. And I hope that if this resonated with you, this podcast, this message, that you'll actually make it a goal in 2025. Because by the end of 2025, your friend group could look totally different. Like if you're really struggling right now and you do not feel supported, your friend group can drastically change in 1 year. I'm not saying that you are going to find people who you ultimately feel like insane best friends with at the end of next year, but you could find people who you could well be on your way, or at least feel like you have a support group of like-minded people. And really, it just takes one. It just takes one person who gets you in the beginning, and then all of a sudden there's 2, then there's 3, then there's 10. It's crazy. Like, I've been saying gratitudes in this group, and it's just like, I'm so grateful for this. And I also have been acknowledging myself. Like, I'm so grateful for what I created, because the version of me that started this was so scared and hated being rejected and was so shy. Yet I wanted to feel connected. I wanted to stop feeling lonely more than I was afraid. So if that's you, life is literally only as rich as the relationships that you have. So I hope that you start putting way more energy into your relationships in 2025 because, it's crazy. It's like as I get older, it seems to be the conversation for women that they don't like getting older. But because my relationships have been getting richer, I just feel like I'm around people who make me like who I am more. And I pray for that for you. So you guys, I hope that this helped. And until next time, earn your happy. Bye, everyone.